And we're live.
But yeah. But yeah, I like the idea of the motorcycle. And I think that's where I am on the idea of a motorcycle. I think I would take the class first and see if I even like riding motorcycles. You know, then I'm in for like $350 or something like that. And I think I may have to buy a helmet too. So probably $500-600. And worst case scenario, now I know how to ride a motorcycle and I have a motorcycle license.
You forgot the most important thing, the jacket. I'd love to see the picture of the jacket that you're imagining yourself in.
Let me show you the kind of that I'm thinking.
Do you have a whole outfit picked out in your head?
I don't have a whole outfit picked out in my head.
Are you imagining walking into a saloon and everybody going, "Oh, who's that guy? Who's that guy?"
No, I'm not imagining that at all. Who's that guy?
Man, that's a rough customer over there.
His jacket says "Sons of Ibuprofen."
Yes.
He's probably older.
He says Redwood Original.
Redwood Original.
It also says the party barn on the
I just like kind of picked one randomly. I would probably like do more shopping, but like this style in general, I think is something I like.
Revzilla.
Yeah, it looks good. You know what? I don't know anything about Star Trek, but it looks Star Trek-y to me.
Yeah, no.
Now I did preface that with I didn't know. Yeah, that looks pretty nice.
I don't know. I like that.
Is this the kind that would protect you if you fell off?
I don't know. Again, I just like the look of that one. I have no idea how effective it would be at protecting me from becoming a meat crayon. But like
motorists are calling it the coolest death they've ever seen. I mean, he just flew right into the side of that semi, but god damn, it was sick. It was sick.
He was going so fast. He was just a blur and then a splat.
Yeah. You know what? He had tassels.
It
felt festive. It was like a quinceanera as he splattered against the Tyson chicken truck.
See, I don't plan on going fast enough for that to happen. My biggest fear would be getting hit by another car at an intersection. I think that's the biggest fear is getting hit by another fucking car. Because I'm not going to crash. Because I'm not going to do anything stupid enough to crash. Mm-hmm. I'm really not. Like I'm not I'm not thrill seeking in that sort of way anymore. I think I've gotten all that out of my system.
Yeah.
I've done enough silly shit that like I'm over it. I haven't done anything crazy in my car in years.
But the car thing is the scary thing. Like one person checking their phone, like they can't see you immediately and they just barrel into you. That seems to be like, what do you do when you were talking a while back about taking a motorcycle course? Mm-hmm. And I think you said some instructor was like, you got to prepare to fall because it's not, hey, maybe I'm going to fall on my motorcycle. It's, I need to know what to do when I fall on my motorcycle.
Yeah.
Right. Something along those lines.
Everybody
where it's
falls.
Like you need to anticipate that you're going to fall at some point.
Yeah, that's a thing that'll happen. But think ahead about your slide points, and that helps a ton. Like, Kyle, where are you going to slide? I'm going to guess your elbow, that bony part of your ankle. Put something slippery on there. Wear a boot. This jacket will do.
I thought you were being facetious. Like those were the points that you want to slide on. You want to get your sharp parts of your elbows down and your knees. Become a crab when you slide.
Yeah, knees are another one. But what if one leg is under the bike? All right.
Oh, I'm saying so we want got armor on those places.
That's what I'm trying. Maybe I'm not phrasing it very well, but you armor the places that are your slide points. Mm-hmm. This jacket says shoulders, elbows, and something else has armor on it. Elbows and shoulders. That's it.
Yeah.
So, and then think about your boot too, right? Put something. Leather is apparently a magic at sliding on asphalt. Like something about leather is able to slide a long way without disintegrating. And then, they put plastic inside it. So, yeah, armor your slide points and you'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that part of it. I just don't want to do anything embarrassing, like drop the fucking bike at the Walmart parking lot or something like that.
Oh, you won't do that.
You're smiling because yeah.
Oh, I would love if your first day out, feeling so cool, you pull in to like get a Red Bull or something. Man, I don't even want the Red Bull that bad, but I want all these fucking losers at Walmart to see how cool I am. Your hair will be longer by then. Shake your hair back, holding the helmet, walking in. 2 steps away, crash.
I just keep walking.
Who's motorcycle? Throw the helmet. Who's motorcycle on that?
Take the jacket off. Leave it right there.
Your stupid fucking jacket.
The parking lot will be empty in 12 to 14 hours. I'll pick it up then.
Sitting in the cart return, waiting.
I drop mine a lot. Like there were just things I wasn't aware of. Like one thing, hot asphalt, the kickstand can kind of poke through and over time just fall. A gravel driveway, you know, what you left as what's seemingly like a stable configuration, you come back and you found that it had been slowly creeping over the course of the last couple hours. Or sometimes you just drop it. But I was 17 when I learned to ride a motorcycle and not nearly as strong. And
it's 400 pounds. I can sit that back up. I mean, obviously I can't lift 400 pounds, but I can sit it back up, no problem.
Right. A girl can do it.
Because I mean, I can pick up my ATV and like roll it over on upside down if I want to.
Oh yeah,
and they weigh more than that.
You can lift any motorcycle. This one's not even hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I see those big fucking like crazy Harleys with the double saddlebags that look like they weigh 1,500 pounds, and I'm just like, that would be so scary to even.
Yeah, but it takes like
a
220-pound deadlift to tilt it up. You know.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't settled on buying this thing, but it looks cool to me, and I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. I like the way it looks. I think it'd be fun to ride, and I'm not afraid of things.
Yeah,
and then we can all go on our PKA motorcycle adventure.
No,
those of us who don't have a woman at home who will prevent us from doing that sort of thing, of course.
I will take the train with Chiz.
I bet Chiz would ride a bike just to spite you, just to make you look like the bitch.
Taylor's riding bitch on mine. Let's go.
Can I be?
How would you feel then if me and Chiz and Woody all get on our motorcycles and ride away, and you have to follow us in the rental car?
I mean, I'll have radio and AC, and
so will we.
You'll have AC.
We're in the open air going 70.
My helmet has Bluetooth built into it, baby.
That's true. All right. Touche.
Would you ride in a sidecar?
That's what I was saying. I mean, like, a sidecar would be hilarious.
It would ride so bitch funny.
On my bike, Taylor.
Can you hug me the whole way? People fit in a sidecar? Can someone my size ride in a sidecar without causing problems?
All right.
I'm not sure.
You can fit in a sidecar, but you will look outrageous, and that makes it better.
So it's just.
Do they make sidecars for 500cc bikes?
Right. You might need more motor.
No. I want less motor if I'm putting a sidecar on it. I'd want a 300 if I was gonna. I want it to be putting along.
Moped.
Oh yeah, dude. You could that Honda you're looking at buying. You could slap one of these right on there.
No way.
Yeah, $1,800, $1,900.
How do you know this?
I just looked up. I just put sidecar for 2020 or for Rebel 500 or stuff that's compatible with it. And this will fit on all Honda. Now you may be thinking,
oh my God, it looks awful.
For children.
It is for children, dude. Look at that.
Let's see what the weight limit on this is. Oh my God, there's no way I can fit in that. I don't know. This doesn't look safe at all.
Yeah, you definitely want to be in the sidecar of the guy who's been riding for 3 months. I forget it's even there and just clip. I forget you're there and just clip you into a phone pole.
I'm just scooting across skipping like I'm in a lake.
It just attaches, and you're like reaching for the non-existent steering wheel. You're like, I gotta lean. Woody and I are on the radios. Lean.
Serpentine around traffic. Just trying to, cool runnings my way out of danger. Yeah.
No,
I'd run the sidecar.
No, I'd be willing to do that. And for another reason, I've been trying to get my credit score to 800. And because I haven't financed anything in so long, all I've got is credit cards. So like this would be I would probably finance this. I'd probably put like $1,000 down and finance $4,000, $5,000.
Yeah,
that's a $90 a month motorcycle payment over 48 months or something like that.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's a non-existent payment. I spend more on literally every other thing I do in life, and just to have something financed because I didn't finance my last car. It's been 9 years.
Jeez, that's been a while.
We paid cash for that last house.
The accessories I consider the must-haves are the ABS and the 12-volt accessory socket.
Really, the 12-volt accessory thing? Why is that?
Because maybe you're better than me, but I need my phone to navigate, and I like it for music and my Bluetooth headset. And if you use your phone on GPS, the battery lasts like 40 minutes, or like it can suck.
Oh,
So it's to keep your phone powered the whole way.
okay. Yeah, and I also saw like a this sort of bag thing that goes on the gas tank, and the phone sort of like fits into this clear case on the top that looked really nice. I know there are like arms that like hold it up exactly where you want it, but
Yeah, I probably got one of those in the attic, but I use an arm now. Like it's called a RAM mount. We can talk. I can show you what I like if you ever.
yeah. I don't know. Again, I'm in the very preliminary stages. I wasn't even going to talk about it, but I just mentioned it for the show, and you guys thought it was interesting. But I may get one. I may not. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, and the other thing is they hold their value so fucking well. Like the used ones are like $1,500 cheaper than the new ones.
Used around. So I don't know how much better used one is. Like I consider ABS a must-have. Like especially for a new guy.
You can get great deals at estate sales. That's what you get.
But they're a little slightly damaged. I'm sorry. Oh, ABS is a
I
must-have.
didn't know these came in red.
But if you buy them on the East Coast, like the number of good days to drive it, this is especially true in like up north in New Jersey, you can find older bikes, like 10-year-old bikes with 4,000 miles that people just don't put many miles on.
Yeah, I saw a couple of used. I think they changed the body style on these like 2 or 3 years ago, and I don't know. I saw some used ones with like 3,500 miles that were like still $4,500, $5,000. I need to. I bet there's some negotiation. Like maybe I get one of these things for fucking $3,000. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I bought mine used, my BMW.
Yeah. I was talking to some people about last night. And they were like, "Why don't you get the Ducati?" And I'm just like, "Because I want to spend $15,000."
I've had a Ducati. They're fucking awful. I had a Ducati 907 IE. It's like having a Ferrari. And dude, it turns out a terrible daily driver. It was awful. I had to like charge the battery before half my rides, and
oh god,
you better not stall it in the beginning of your trip because you'd be pushing it back home.
It took a lot of amperage to get this baby kicked off.
yeah. I think the fuel pump or something drained it when I wasn't. It just sucked in 100 ways. Eventually, the transmission locked up, and I had some major repair to do. And this is at a time in my life I didn't have any extra money, and yeah, the thing looked beautiful. It just shined, and I kept it polished, and it was great. But I never rode it without breakdown anxiety. Ducati.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I like the look of this one too. I like that it's kind of understated. I like the black one or the silver one, not the blue one.
Definitely the black one. I like that. Looks cool.
And there's a custom seat that looks really nice on them. And but I wouldn't do much else other than that. It looks, I don't know. I like the way it looks. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that's the kind of motorcycle that I like, I guess. This is cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool. And I wouldn't have guessed it was that cheap. Then again, I have no idea what motorcycle.
No, that's really cheap because like motorcycles are cheap-ish anyway. Like most of the 1,000cc bikes are like $10,000, $11,000, like a Yamaha R1 or something like that. The kind of motorcycle that you would explode if you hit something. The ones that go 180 fucking miles per hour.
Who's that for?
Like, people who literally do want to end up with one of those
young.
voice boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
dangerous.
I'm so scared just thinking about that motorcycle. When I'm on the interstate, sometimes I remember one time I was driving back home from my dad's place to Atlanta, and it was like 3 a.m. And I don't know. I was on one of the major highways out here, 85 or 285, 4 to 6 lanes, something like that. And I'm just cruising, going about 80, 90 miles an hour because it's 3 a.m. There's no cops. There's no traffic. And I just hear, fucking motorcycle goes past me going at least 150, maybe 200 miles per fucking hour. Because he passed me and I was going 80 and he was gone. And the noise that it made was like nothing I'd ever heard before. It was like a bee had like flown into my eardrum. It was just,
when I was
and I'm just like, oh.
When I was in high school, I had this self-imposed rule that if I wasn't doubling the speed limit, whatever it was, I was kind of being a pussy. So like you'd want to go 110 all the time on like a 55. If it's in town, of course, you're going 50 in every 25. Like that was my self-imposed rule. The double yellow line. That was just the Woody lane, right? That's where I drove to get in between everyone and just.
How have you made it to this point in life?
It's really unbelievable.
People are like, Woody, this paramotor midlife crisis, baby. I've been playing this like a throwaway account.
Dude, I like to think that totally unbeknownst to you, all those like weaving and everything, you've been like Mr. Magooing your way through 3 accidents in your wake everywhere, and it's just you flying.
You get home, take the gloves off, you're like, God damn, I'm good. Wow, there's just like 8 people dead back there.
It's entirely possible.
30 people dead on the 105, fucking retards. I was just there, it was fine.
Yeah, I've had some close calls on the motorcycle. I remember one time I stayed over at a friend's house and drove in the morning. Now, the weather was fine when I got there, but the next morning there was a chill, and I didn't have either proper gloves or any gloves. 3 minutes into the ride, I had to hit the brake, and unbeknownst to me, my fingers were so cold they didn't work. All I had was the foot brake. And the way a motorcycle works, like the weight shifts towards the front, and the front brake does almost all of the braking. So I just slid, thankfully, across a busy road, but nobody hit me, all the way across this guy's front yard, all the way into his garden up by his porch. And then I stopped in the nick of time, and I kind of awkwardly just like, well, I'm alive. Pushed away. But you
really were, Mr. Magoo. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Double the speed limit. That's shocking that you set that rule at 17 and you didn't die.
Right? Yeah, I was not a smart driver or a good driver.
Scott always had like I don't remember if it was an 800 or 1000 cc crotch rocket, but he rode one of those for like 4 years, just screaming everywhere he went until one night a deer ran in front of him, and he ended up like going out through a field, going 60 miles per hour into a field, and he's just
and he hurt?
He stayed upright the whole way and then sold the fucking motorcycle.
I had that when I first got my Ducati. The similar thing happened. There was just so much speed, so easily available, and the turn had gravel on it. So rather than attempt to make it work, I went straight, and it was a similar type thing into a field, all bumpy, and yeah, turned out okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I get this thing or not. I think it'd be fun, and I would do a PKA motorcycle trip if Taylor could be pressured into it and forced to do so against his will and against his better judgment.
Where would we even go?
We would do well. There's a lot of like great. Honestly, I would like to out in Colorado. There's lots of like mountainous roads that are like kind of desolate and have really beautiful views. Like when we drove down to not Killington, that's Vermont. When we drove down to Telluride, it was beautiful. It was like an hour drive, and along the way, it's like there was literally like waterfalls and shit. That was really cool. And there's a lot of really good ones in Tennessee, like going from North Georgia up to like Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, Tennessee. You do a lot of mountainous stuff. It's the same thing. Although that's kind of scary to me. That doesn't seem like starter stuff, because when you're going through the mountains of Tennessee, it's a lot of like winding circles around the mountain as you go up or down in elevation, and it's just, I mean, it's you'd be leaning into turns for 30 minutes at a time.
I mean, ideally, I would be at a regional airport by myself.
Actually,
that kind of space.
4 miles of straight line.
4 miles of straight line. That was fun. Let's do it again. Oh, all right. Enough of that. You know. We'll see. That's
one of the best places. I'm sorry. One of the best places in the country to ride is actually in North Carolina. It's called Tail of the Dragon, and I'm just looking at it now. There's 318 curves and 11 miles, and it's as dangerous as you make it. You can go slow. You know.
Is there like the Cotton Candy Trail? Or maybe like Bumblebee Valley?
It's 7 miles, no turns.
Can we take Turtle Avenue or just something like that?
Yeah.
Tail of the Dragon. We're not. All right. I'm sorry, Woody. All right. Look, I'm all for motorcycle time. We're not going to somewhere that we find by going to tailofthedragon.com.
318 curves and 11 miles. What even is the math on that? Is there any straight? It's just a roundabout, isn't it?
It's basically like switchbacks or up and around the mountains and such. And like I said, you know, look, you can go 6 miles across around some of these curves, or you can go 60 miles around some.
I'm not going
to turn and fly off a mountain.
Yeah, I don't want to go I can buy a shirt that says "I survived." Tail.
Does that exist? Do they have a shirt that says "I survived the dragon's tail"?
Visit the online store. Let's see. I mean, a lot of their.
God, this group picture, they look like such douchebags.
Oh, there's the Devil's Triangle. Another fun one.
I do not have like a racing motorcycle. I'll show everybody what mine looks like. You know, like
You've got a really nice bike.
It's fun. I like it.
It looks really nice.
This is what I have. Mine has some detachable, like I think they're called panniers or like saddlebags on the side. But yeah, this is what I have. It's a 650, but it's single cylinder, so it might be less powerful. I think it's less fast than the 500 you're looking at. But
really, I mean, the 500 tops out at like 100 miles per hour.
I want to say I've gone max speed, and it might be 85 or 90 on mine.
Okay,
like it's pretty comfy at 65.
How much?
I think I bought mine for. Was it 4,500? Am I undercutting it? I forget.
Really?
It's been a couple years, maybe $7,000. Like
I like your bike a lot. The aesthetic that I like is the one I'm looking at, but I do like your bike a lot.
I like the Rebel too. When you said Rebel, I was like, I've had one of those. It's not that cool. And then I saw it. Like, actually, they got way cooler since 1993.
You can buy this cowl. You can buy this cowling that goes around the headlight, so it's not just that round thing. That it's like this black sort of thing that goes around it, and it looks really nice. I don't know. I like that. That's exactly what I like in a motorcycle. It's kind of understated. It doesn't look like I'm trying to be some fucking spaceman.
Mine's black. And, if that makes any difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I have. And you make me want to get out on it. I haven't been riding it very much, but
yeah, I like the styles you guys have. Those Harley ones, they just look absurd.
It depends which Harley. They make some nice like cruisers that are similar like to the Rebel, but they're $14,000-$15,000.
The long. I don't know what those are.
Oh yeah, and what do they call those? Cruisers, I think.
Choppers.
Choppers, yeah. The Long Way Up, the Ewan McGregor thing I talked about. They have electric Harleys this time around, so that'd be interesting to see their experience with that.
Let me show you what the Harley version looks like. It's off the top of my head, I think this is actually just like some mufflers, but they're on the motorcycle that I'm talking about, so that's fine.
I looked up easiest motorcycle trail in America, and I don't see anything. So this is not a very common search.
Like, I don't think that looks all that much better than the Honda I'm looking at, and this is like a $15,000 motorcycle.
The Bassani.
I kind of like the Honda more. Honda has an aftermarket seat that's kind of embroidered that I like a lot.
I saw that seat. It comes in brown and black, and I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah,
Honda looks cooler than this one.
Yeah. I think I like the Honda.
I'm sorry. In the motorcycle community, Harleys are really cool, and there are Harley riders who might be like, "You're not as cool as me," but that's probably not a primary concern.
It's not at all.
Yeah,
it's not at all, because they are cooler than me, because they know how to ride their motorcycle and I don't.
They are cool.
Like, that's one of those things like I've never understand. Like if a Corvette pulled up next to me somewhere and ever went, I'm like, you're much faster. like I don't get this like dick measuring contest that you're gonna get in with like Mandingo Jones. He's like, yo, you want to pull him out and measure? No. You win, Mandingo Jones.
No, sir, you're going to get a ticket.
I'm going to have to Google Mandingo.
I'm just making that up. That's just the imaginary name of a black porn star that I just invented. But
actually, it's this dude on Instagram.
I bet he's got a big honker.
He might. He's a pretty buff-looking black guy, but he doesn't show his dick.
Yeah, but you're right. That is, I mean, nobody ever wants to race me in my Honda, but like, yeah, if I had a Camaro and somebody pulled up in like, what are they, like ZR1 Corvettes, like those really nice ones, or I don't know, the really fucking fast one.
Yeah.
Has that actually happened?
Yeah.
They've wanted to match up, and you're just
I've raced people that were in like comparable cars, like if a BMW, was it the 3M? Like the Sport
M3, I think.
Me and that guy were about the same speed. It seemed like we were both going about 120 or something like that on the road to the airport. And at the end, we just kind of waved at each other and we went our separate ways because I was like, "Yeah, you're fast," and he was like, "Yeah, you are too." And we went too fast.
But we're early for our flights.
Amarillo for a flight. Yeah, we absolutely were. But like, I've had people pull up in like a Hellcat or something, and just and I'm just like, you win. What are you doing? I got 420 horsepower. You've probably got 600. Like it's game over, bro. I'm not looking to prove anything. Like we could just pull out our spec sheets at some point. I've never gotten that sort of dick measuring contest stuff with like how fast your thing is versus my thing. If we had both built race cars and we're at a racetrack, that's completely different. I don't know what you've got. You don't know what I've got. But if we're in street cars, like what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be in any kind of street race. It seems scary, especially not on the bike.
You know, Paul Walker.
That's true.
He was in a car, right? So motorcycles are safer. Facts.
Motorcycles are safer by that anecdotal experience. Yes.
You know what? Get it.
I'm really thinking about getting it. It's like it's almost free.
What are those 3-wheel things called that look like Stingrays that you see old guys driving sometimes?
The way they got the 2 wheels in the front, though.
Yeah. What are those? Those look kind of dumb, but they also look cool. Like I'd like to drive one of those. That'd be neat. Not have
those. Hang on. Let's see if those exist and if you could rent one.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm talking about? Where
I do.
It looks just like
It's called a Can-Am Spider.
Can-Am Spider.
Spider with a Y.
I think I'm looking at the right thing.
Oh, this looks pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like if you're too much of a bitch to ride a motorcycle. Oh, these are way more expensive.
Maybe
Yeah,
you can rent one.
This is only 80.
I'm looking at rentals actually. You can rent them in Atlanta here.
Ooh.
Right?
I hope this happens.
I'm convincing myself like when I was like, you know, I do need to finance something. You know, I've just got credit cards and
You don't want to be stupid about this.
no, for real though. Like I do need to finance something for credit purposes, and you know, all I have is credit cards. I haven't financed anything of value since like I bought that Acura when I was like in my early 20s or something like that. I should finance something.
Yeah,
and this is like this is a motor vehicle, and it's fucking. I probably financed $3,000 or $4,000 or something like that. Like put a couple grand down. Just makes sense. And then if I ride it, I don't like it, I can just turn around and sell it, and I wouldn't lose more than $1,000 or something like that. I would pay $1,000 for another 40 credit score.
Yeah, I hear you.